What's going on, guys? It's your boy CJ, and you guys can kind of tell by the title of the video and probably the thumbnail I'm going to put up why I'm doing this video. Yesterday, and I don't even really know where to start with this because I'm really heartbroken by this and I'm really angry about it at the same time. It's just mixed emotions. But yesterday, we lost a huge public figure who decided that going out and talking to people is the best thing to prevent violence. I guess is what I'm trying to say. We lost Charlie Kirk yesterday because somebody decided to shoot and kill him. And I just don't know what to say about it. I mean, I guess supposed of all, the most important thing here is that Charlie stood on truth. He supported everybody. He wasn't just, he supported liberals, he supported Democrats, he supported Republicans, constitutionalists. He even supported the black community. And I watched Charlie Kirk quite a lot. As you guys know, I love to watch, political stuff. And Charlie stood on truth. And I every time I witnessed him talking to these kids at these college campuses or whoever he was speaking to, he always spoke with love. He never got angry. I never seen him lose his temper. He just spoke with love. And he gave everybody the opportunity to come up to the mic and say what they had to say. And then he would say his piece. In my personal opinion, Charlie was the king of debate. He was the king of debate. I never seen nobody get over on him when it comes to debating. Every time he would have a debate with someone, whether it was a college kid or an older person, at the end of that debate, Charlie would always come out on top because he was full of knowledge. There wasn't anything he didn't know about. He was just so full of knowledge and love. And above all else, I'm really glad to know, even though Charlie's gone, and it's a really sad situation for America right now, the one thing I'm glad to know about Charlie is that he lived for Christ, is that he was a God-fearing man. And that's another thing he did. He would go out there and preach Jesus to all these kids, which is what the world needs more of. The gospel is meant to be shared, like I've always said, and Charlie shared it. He did what he was supposed to do. I guess what I don't understand about everything, and I guess I'm just kind of venting about this to you guys, is how can someone have the audacity or I guess the guts to decide to go get a gun, get up on a roof, and take out a man who spoke nothing but truth and love? That's all Charlie was about. Charlie represented truth, love, and first and foremost, he represented Christ. He was a godly man in human flesh. And I guess I just don't understand how someone can step up and take the life of a man like that, or anybody to say the least. For those that don't know, Charlie has had 2 kids, both very little. I'm not sure their ages, but I know they're very little. I think they're younger than my youngest, and my youngest is 6 years old. But to step up there and take his life knowing he has kids, knowing he has a wife, and to just take his life and leave his kids fatherless and his wife a widow. And I'm really angry about this. I don't know how to really express it, but I'm really angry about this. I don't think it's just one side to blame here. I think both sides had something to do with this. And we're kind of repeating history here, if you will. And I'm going to get to my point here in just a second. We're kind of repeating history here, if you will. You guys remember the Trump assassination attempt, right? When Trump got shot at his rally. I can't remember exactly where it was, but he got shot at a rally. It might have been Florida. But that day, when Trump got shot, there was a lot of people there to see Trump, obviously. But what I'm referring to is there was a majority of those people who saw the shooter on the roof before it ever took place. And if not mistaken, I think even the Secret Service saw him up there and nobody said anything. Nobody said nothing. The same thing happened with Charlie. People witnessed the shooter on the roof because he was dressed in black clothes. And again, nobody said nothing. Why would you not pick up the phone and call the police or tell somebody? Tell somebody. Because people are too busy recording with their phones. They're wanting to catch every little event so they can have a viral video and make millions of dollars. That's what's more important to people than life itself. Obviously, this is twice this has happened. This is twice that people witnessed, a majority of people witnessed the shooter on the roof and didn't say a word. Why? So I don't think it's just the Democrats to blame. I don't think it's just the liberals to blame. But I think there's some Republicans in on this too. And I think it was all a big setup. I think the assassination attempt on Trump was a setup. And I think the assassination of Charlie Kirk was a setup. And it's really sad that we have a constitution for a reason. We have the freedom of speech. We got the freedom of expression, the right to bear arms, the right to not be illegally searched, and to have our things illegally seized and taken from us by government officials. We have that constitution, and our founding fathers wrote that for us years ago so that we could stand up against a tyrannical government. That's the main reason that constitution was written, was for us, for our freedom and for our rights. I guess I don't really know what I'm trying to say. I guess, again, I'm just venting to you guys, but I'm so upset and hurt, and I'm angry by this. I'm angry by the fact that somebody took his life. Charlie went to a lot of college campuses and not only spoke to kids about the political world, but most importantly, he witnessed to those kids about Jesus. And I think that's so very important. That's one of the reasons I admire Charlie is because he wasn't afraid to stand up on his beliefs. He wasn't afraid to talk about the Bible. He wasn't afraid to bring God into the equation. He wasn't afraid. And sadly, when you speak the truth, you speak about Christ and others that don't believe in that or who hate you for it, sadly, there's consequences for that. So what are we to do now? If speaking the truth and speaking about Jesus made Charlie a target, which it did, then does that make us targets? For those who preach the gospel, for those who speak about truth, does that make us all targets? Just think about that. And I'm just so blown away, guys, that this even happened. This is not something that should be happening in America. America is supposed to be the land of the free, where we can say what we want, when we want, and believe how we want. That's part of the First Amendment, believing the way we want, freedom of religion, freedom of speech, saying what we want, because that's what we believe in. And Charlie stood firm on what he believed, and I admired the man so much for it. And I guess what breaks my heart so much is I'm constantly thinking about his two little kids and his wife, who are now without a father and a husband. And Charlie never really did anything wrong to anybody. He was just, like I said, there's nothing more to say about Charlie except for the fact that he spoke with a lot of love and a lot of truth, man. And I don't know. They said they caught the suspect. He admitted to it. I don't know how true it is. I've heard his dad turned him in for the $100,000 reward. But do they really have the suspect? Do they really have the right guy? Is he really the guy that pulled the trigger, or is he just the middleman? Is he the cover up? You know what I mean? We don't really know. We don't really ever know. We definitely don't get the truth from that side of the fence. From when it comes to detectives and stuff like that, and the police getting on TV, they only tell us what we want to hear. They only tell us what they want us to hear. That's all they tell us. There's so much inside information that we don't get the scoop on, and my electricity just went out, and it came back on. I don't know why. Oh, sorry, guys. I am so sorry, guys. The electricity went out and came back on, and my amp was like blasting, my guitar amp. But anyway, I guess I'm just angry about this, man, and I need some input from you guys. What y'all's thoughts are on it. But please don't come to my comment section saying nasty stuff about Charlie, saying nasty stuff about his family. Don't do that. I've seen so many people in the last few days on social media, or just the last couple of days on social media, who have said some really nasty things about Charlie. And I don't care who you are. I don't care what you speak about. Even if you speak hate, no one deserves to die. No one ever deserves to have their life taken from them. And no child deserves to be fatherless. And no wife deserves to be a widow. They're just not, they don't deserve that. With that said, guys, I love y'all so much. I am constantly keeping the Kirk family in my prayers and praying for peace and love and joy in their lives, because they're going through a really tough time that we can't even imagine right now. We can't even imagine. Charlie was a huge public figure, and he was on the rise, man. He was doing something great. He really was. But that's it, guys. That's all I wanted to say. And for those out there who supported Charlie and loved him and watched him and are heartbroken to this day, because, you know, his life has been taken from this world, I commend you for it. And for those who are being hateful against him, hang on, baby, let me finish this, okay? Okay, I'll text her, okay? Okay, hang on. You guys go in there. I'm doing a video right now. I'll talk to y'all in a minute. I'm doing a video. I'm doing a video. I'll talk to y'all in a minute. Go back in there. I'm doing a video. Hey, I'm doing a video. Go in there until I'm done, then I'll get with you. I know. I'll fix it in a minute. Go in there until I'm done. Close my door. Anyway, for those who are out there hating against Charlie and talking about he deserved to die, because I've seen it. I've seen people say it. You don't, if you're saying stuff like that, you don't even deserve to be an American. You don't even deserve the freedom that we have here. You don't deserve anything good in your life. You just really don't. And I don't understand how people can be so hateful. I guess that's what's got me angry too, is seeing these comments of people talking about how Charlie deserved to die, and you know, he got what was coming to him. I mean, seriously, man. Like, how are you going to say something like that? The man now has 2 children that will never see their father until they enter the kingdom of God. That's the only other time they'll get to see him. They have to go the rest of their natural lives without their dad. So for those out there who are hating on Charlie and saying that he deserved to get his life taken, maybe that's what you deserve. Maybe that's what you deserve. And you don't deserve anything good in your life if that's what you're saying about Charlie. You deserve nothing good. You deserve nothing good. You deserve nothing but heartache and pain. That's all you deserve. And I guess that's what's got me angry, guys. I'm just so angry about it. What America has come to, how people react to things, you know, especially when they're coming there and leaving hateful comments about a man who just had his life taken. A man who got shot in front of like thousands of people. Anyway, guys, that's going to do it. Keep the Kirk family in your prayers. And again, I apologize for the kids coming in. I apologize for the amp blaring. And that's it, ladies and gentlemen. I'm so blown away and dumbfounded by all this. I just don't know, guys. I'm just heartbroken. I'm heartbroken and angry. You know, you see how cruel the world is when something like this takes place. And I don't know. I guess seeing how cruel people can be just angers me. And just remember one thing. We're all going to stand before God. We're all going to answer to God one day for judgment. It's coming. And for those being hateful, your time is coming. There will never, ever be true justice for Charlie until that killer faces God. That's when there'll be true justice. And for those out there, again, who are hating against Charlie, you're going to face your justice too when you face God. And when those demons start pulling you away and bounding you in chains and pulling you down to the pits of hell, You're going to wish you weren't hateful. You're going to wish that you showed love. You're going to wish that you believed. Guys and girls, that's it. I'm sorry if I sound a little harsh. I'm just angry. I'm just angry inside about this, and I'm upset. This is not something that ever should have happened, ever. Guys and girls, God bless you all. Most of all, stay safe. Put God first. I'll see you on the next one, guys.